my friends. Welcome to the Medicare Cafe. We are in the pre-chat section, pre-cafe. Ooh, I don't know that I've ever noticed the facelift.
Yeah, it got a little facelift.
It sure did. So welcome to the Medicare Cafe pre-chat. If you were watching the recorded version of this and you're just like, this is chaos, I don't want her, fast forward about 2 minutes and we'll probably still be a little chaotic, but maybe a little bit more on point. If you like the chaos, welcome.
Hi.
You've come to the right place.
So
Clayton, tell me about you. So literally, it was like, he was like, I have to tell you something. I'm like, okay, let's hear it. And he goes, start the podcast.
Start it.
I'm like, this must be big.
So you said you didn't get to eat breakfast.
I didn't eat breakfast, and I don't think I'm going to eat lunch today.
So here is my suggestion to you.
Okay.
Uncrustables. So I grabbed one on my way out of the house because I was very hungry, and I usually don't eat breakfast. And like we bought them because we're like, maybe Aubrey will start eating these. / I love them. Who doesn't? And it was the best breakfast I've had in forever. And there's other things I want to try with them, aka put it in a frying pan.
So,
Yep.
Okay, I'm back on board. I just want to make sure you know, like, your life hack was just eating a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
But like
pre-made. A pre-made.
Yeah.
So I've had a bad experience.
I didn't invent it. I just am a
like,
supporter.
Usually a hack is like
PB&G.
No.
PB&G? PB&J.
Peanut butter and gravy.
And gravy. Jelly.
Usually, I like a hack is something that's like, you've never thought of this before.
Have you thought about having an Uncrustable for breakfast?
A peanut butter and jelly sandwich for breakfast? Yes, I've heard of it. Have
you thought of having an Uncrustable for breakfast?
It's just a pre-made peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like, what makes them so good? Like, why an Uncrustable? Why?
Okay, so here's why.
Because I've had a bad experience with an Uncrustable.
Okay.
Have you ever had frozen peanut butter?
Yeah.
It's gross.
It's not great.
That's what I have with my Uncrustable. Please continue.
No, you got to keep thawing it a little bit longer.
No, I don't have the patience.
Yeah, okay. Well,
if
that's your problem.
I can't eat it in 3 seconds, then I don't want it.
So, 1, you've never thought of having an Uncrustable for breakfast. Life hack. Step 2.
False. Also false. It's a breakfast food.
It's not a breakfast food.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are for, like, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Well,
it's like it's like a bagel bite. Like a pizza bagel bite. It's pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time.
Yeah.
So,
okay,
I'm glad we cleared that up.
For sure. Also, the other thing I really want to try is somebody on the internet told me put a little bit of butter on them. I think it was not Bert Kreischer, the comedian.
Oh.
He said put a little butter on both sides, throw it in a frying pan like a grilled cheese style.
On an Uncrustable?
Yeah.
I mean, like a fried peanut PB&J, I bet is really delicious. I just came back from the state fair. I was at the state fair like most of last week.
Yeah.
And so I've had all the fried foods. I know like our good buddy Will is going to the Iowa State Fair.
Ooh,
and so they had fried bubble gum.
Nope.
I just got goosebumps. I literally just actually gagged.
Where does it go? How does it go away?
You're not supposed to eat the bubble.
Yeah, you just swallow it. That's not good.
I'm literally like, it's making me like, I've never had this reaction just thinking about a food before, but that really sounds
the machine
really gross. Bert Kreischer?
Yeah.
You know he was at the Ozarks Amphitheater?
Yeah, I was very jealous because Dan Sauter was also there, and I really want to see him. I love stand-up comedy.
So this is a story all about how we start with the Medicare Cafe today. Because we're already 2 minutes over, so the people we promised to fast forward 2 minutes.
Had to hear a little bit. Yeah,
we lied to you. Today we are talking about well, first of all, welcome to the Medicare Cafe. If this is your first time joining us, please come back. My name's Olivia Richardson.
And I'm Clayton Clemens.
And today we're talking about cross-selling during AEP. This is a tale as old as time. This is not a new conversation. I think this year during AEP is going to be the biggest year of cross-selling for a lot of different reasons. But like with the shopping rate this year being potentially 80%, a lot of people are going to have questions. Good morning, Michelle. A lot of people are going to have questions. A lot of people are going to be looking for resources, looking for help. And so when you're talking about cross-selling, it is a for sure win-win situation.
Yeah, and I think the first thing that we have to do is rip off the Band-Aid of, it sounds like we're talking out of both sides of our mouth a little bit by saying, speed up your appointments, go, 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 go.
Wouldn't be the first time.
But also, slow down a little bit and make sure your clients have good coverage and cross-sell. Now, honestly, that second part isn't going to take as long as you probably think it is. The sell is going to be a lot faster than most, I think, assume whenever they go into cross-selling. But just wanted to kind of get the head of that, because that is something that I hear a lot of like, well, I don't have time. It's like, we'll talk about ways to work in this. So
exactly.
But first and foremost,
but
why, Olivia?
It's the same thing we've been talking about for years and years and years. One thing I'm going to mention here is the negative ANOX and extra income. We know going up this AEP, it's expected that 90% of beneficiaries are going to get negative news on their ANOX, meaning that benefits are going to go down or premiums are going to go up. So there's going to be a lot of questions, a lot of concerns. The biggest part of where we're seeing a lot of that transition that could potentially happen is on the Part D side of things. If you have people who are on a Medicare supplement and a standalone prescription drug plans, it's likely they're going to see more change. You know, honestly, maybe less than what we initially thought, thanks to the Part D demonstration. If you guys have questions on what that is, I'd be thrilled to tell you. But essentially what's going on is that most of your clients, almost all of your clients, will need a Part D review. It's going to be either a Medicare Advantage review, but particularly the Part D review. Unfortunately, doing Part D reviews doesn't make a lot of money. First of all, a lot of these plans are discussing being non-commissionable this year.
Right.
We're already hearing a lot of plans coming out with that information. And the other side of that is that, like, even the plans that are commissionable, no one's, paying for Christmas on Part D commissions, quite frankly. And so you might as well make that appointment a profitable appointment.
For sure. That's what I've come in discussing with a lot of agents here recently is maybe not at that same Part D appointment, but looking at ways to make up that income in general. Because a lot of people, when they're first getting into cross-selling, they're like, well, what product do I offer? And AEP offers the perfect time to start offering hospital indemnity plans. They match so well that that's kind of the first entry that a lot of people do, especially during AEP. But the negative ANOX, I think, is the huge thing that's changing. We're going to see a lot of different plans. Some carriers have released, their first looks, and they've left out certain things like hospital copay. Yeah. So, it's intriguing of so we're probably going to need to have a little extra protection there.
Yeah.
So even if that's the one flaw of the plan, you'll know, hey, the market, this is how it's looking. A lot of plans are taking these big changes and going down in benefits. Here's a plan, though, that can offer a little bit of extra comfort and support while also making this a great what?
For comfort and support, my head went to a bra commercial.
Well,
so be supported. Put it on your shoulders. Go ahead.
Hospital indemnity.
Hospital indemnity.
But that's going to be a really nice, easy entry into cross-selling. So that's what we got for this first slide. I don't know how to push the buttons or I'll break something.
This is what I do. I'm in the driver's seat. I am the captain now. So again, I think you kind of made this. Medicare Advantage and hospital indemnity, that's a duh statement. That's where we talk about a lot of we're doing a lot of consumer conversations talking about this. A lot of trainers have actually quit even talking about hospital indemnity with Medicare Advantage plans because it's become an assumed discussion. If you aren't bringing up hospital indemnity with Medicare Advantage plans, one, you're getting close to that becoming an E&O violation, quite frankly, because you're not discussing how to offset those costs. And if you're not at least educating your clients about it, I think things can get a little bit hairy there. But we've been seeing, so a lot of people are even kind of again, it's just kind of being built into the presentations. It's an assumed thing that you're offering both. Because if you're not offering both, it's really easy as a competing agent to say, this AEP, your hospital copays are going way up. Well, that's okay. You have a hospital indemnity plan, right? What? Your agent didn't tell you about your hospital indemnity plan? Thank God I'm here to help educate you about covering that. It's really easy to make an agent look like they're not doing their job when they're not talking about it.
Yeah, and the flip side of that is think of your med sub clients that we talked about maybe on the fence, and then with the increasing med sub premiums as well as the Part D premium going up, they're looking at switching over to an MA plan. Those people have a budget to play with. So we're already looking at how we can reallocate some of those funds.
Good point.
And they're still going to have a lot of money left because a hospital indemnity plan is a lot cheaper than a med sub. Yes. So they're going to be able to get some really good coverage for a fourth of the cost.
Look at you. MedSup and dental, reminder that a lot of these plans are taking significant hits on their dental benefits. They're really trying not to. Again, with the decrease with the IRA and the decrease of benefits, some of them is going to be dental, vision, and hearing. They're trying not to because they understand that's such a shopping point for clients. It's such a big selling point. 80% of individuals, and Deft research, now this was a couple of years ago, but Deft research said that 80% of individuals noted that dental was the number one reason they shopped Medicare Advantage plans. But going to your MedSup clients, those ones that want to stay put, Medicare Advantage is getting more and more appealing, making sure that they understand that, hey, there are other ways to receive those benefits versus doing it all together in a Medicare Advantage.
Yeah, and another one of those like lesser thought of opportunities out there are your service area reduction clients on the MA side. They finally have an opportunity to get a GI back into a MedSup.
Mm-hmm.
Then they were used to having dental over on their MA plan. So those people, you want to say like, hey, I do have a product that can still help take care of your dental. Let's get you added on this here and then make this kind of a package.
Right. I got a text from Terry.
Well, we got Terry.
He first asked me, are you okay?
Is she
Honestly. That's a great question, Terry. Thanks for asking. No one ever asks. Will Integrity still be doing leads? So yes, I am okay, Terry, first of all. I'm not having to blink twice if I'm in danger. Will Integrity still be doing leads? So Integrity still will be offering leads through Lead Center, which is a program offered through Medicare Center, which is a program offered through Integrity for Agents. But yeah, it'll just look a little different. The age leads will not be a thing anymore due to the CMS regulations and the FCC and the one-to-one consent rule. So age leads won't be a thing, but they will still be offering leads through Plan Enroll. They'll still be offering leads through other platforms.
Yay. The last point on there was just cancer coverage for all.
Cancer for coverage.
I will never, ever in the history of ever stop talking about cancer insurance. And you can tell me that people might not need it, and I'll tell you exactly why they do every single time. So just make sure that you're still talking about cancer insurance. That's still going to be one of the fastest way they're hitting their max out of pocket over on the MA side.
Yes.
And MedSup, they're going to be great. They're going to have great coverage.
Mm-hmm.
But insurance doesn't cover non-medical stuff. So, cancer insurance.
I know, and that is one. And it's one like with cancer insurance, I don't care if you asked your client at their last appointment. It's one that you need to ask them every single time because their situation or what their experience may change since the last time. They may have had a family member get diagnosed. They may have had a scare. They may have had something going on. So cancer insurance is one that like it's not just like I asked them that the last time, they're going to say no this time. It's always, hey, I just wanted to double check with you. Has anything changed since the last time we talked concerning your cancer coverage? And I think we heard a quote. It was actually an agent that we work with from our sister company, but said you don't have to have coverage, but you have to have a plan. Did I butcher that?
A little bit, but it's good.
Well, what is it?
Is you don't have to have insurance for everything, but you do have to have a plan. If your plan sucks, it's still a plan, and that's fine, but you want to still present the insurance coverage over there. Also, so here's a little side note on that. Like, I've had cancer insurance since I figured out that group coverage, I didn't have to do underwriting because I didn't think of that because I think about Medicare too much.
That's true.
So I got that a couple years ago. This past year, recently, another one of my friends, his kid got diagnosed for the second time. And I thought, I don't have Aubrey on our coverage. I just have me and my wife.
Yeah.
So we got a plan with Will and went ahead and added Aubrey onto coverage too. Because my situation had changed. It just, my friend's kid got diagnosed a second time. And I said, all right, we got to protect Aubrey too, just because.
Just 100%, always, 100%. It's just the situations, I don't care if they come in a week apart. The situation is always different. Always ask. Brian, calm down. He says it's okay to ask until there's a restraining order. No. But
ask one more time.
Don't do that. Let's go into the how. How we recommend cross-selling during AEP.
The first one is another one of these is like, I feel statements, but is something that I don't think enough people like utilize as a sales tool.
Well, we see the sales numbers. We see that Medicare Advantage MedSup sales are like a high right now, and ancillary hasn't moved. So like we keep saying it because we keep needing to say it.
Because it's right there.
Because it's so true.
So look at your scope appointment, whatever one you're sending, and look at the products it's asking if they want to talk about. How many people just go through and just check all those boxes? Like everybody? Because they're like, I don't know, just sure. Yeah. So they're checking a box. It's either going to, if it's on Medicare Center, it'll say ancillary products, which is great because it gives a little leeway. If it's like a generic scope, like UHC's generic scope, it says hospital indemnity on there. They're literally checking a box that says, during this appointment, I want to discuss this. And then I just want to know how many people are discussing it with them when they're going through their MA plan. If you're mentioning it, if you're bringing it up at all, I feel that's a lot better than you just saw the check marks and just like, well, my MA sale's done, so we're good.
Yeah. Don't like take the app and run, right? Make sure you're doing a full comprehensive benefit package for your clients.
For sure. And so the scope appointment being signed is just a free opportunity. They're giving you a free lead into a hospital indemnity.
Take me in. Hippity-dippity.
Hippity-dippity. So that's going to be the first one. The next is while you're just talking about and going through those benefits, those sales summary benefits, right? You have to go through, and the first one or one of the first ones on the list after you're getting through the max out of pocket is the inpatient hospital copay. That's going to be one of the quickest ways that you can get up to that max out of pocket. So just doing a little quick math for them of saying like, hey, if you have a 6-day hospital stay at $400, was that $2,400?
There you go.
$2,400. So like we're getting up to that max out of pocket pretty quickly. I do have a product that can help take care of some of those copays. Remind me at the end to discuss that with you. And keep going through the rest of that benefit package with them. And then whether they remind you or don't, that gives you an opportunity to say, hey, you know that hospital copay we talked about? Let me discuss that product with you and kind of get into the details.
Well, if you keep doing that, like, hey, remind me. That's the thing. Remind me, like, hey, I know you're going to have a copay if you take an ambulance ride. It's $300. Remind me to tell you how some of my other clients are getting that covered.
I like that.
I have, now when you go to the hospital, you have $600 for 6 days. A lot of my clients will have something else to help cover that. Remind me to talk to you about how my other clients cover that. At the end of it, they're like, okay, the presentation's not done just because you got to the end of the summary. Tell me how to take care of that. The biggest thing is don't complete an application until you've gone through the entire sales process. That's where a lot of agents feel really hung up about feeling like they're just pushing product is because, okay, like I went through, so we always use like the Dillard's or the JCPenney analogy. If you go to a store, you somebody helps you find, maybe you have an event you're going to, somebody helps you find a shirt for that event, and then you're going to check out, you give them your credit card, then they say, by the way, did you need jewelry to match that, or did you need pants? Maybe you need pants. At that point, your mindset's already changed. You're checking out. You're moving on to the next thing. You're probably thinking, I'll just get pants the next time that I'm here. I'll just go somewhere else. I'm already checking out. Signing an application is your client checking out. Yeah. So making sure that you're presenting the entire solution before you move on to the application portion of the appointment is what makes a huge, huge difference in the mindset of your client and honestly your mindset.
And one of the major pushbacks I get is, like, well, I've got a lot of clients. I don't know if I have time to do that application. I'm already trying to shrink my appointment time. That, hey, remind me, can be done also in the first quarter. And say, hey, we talked about that. We got your MA plan set up, but there was that hospital copay I wanted to discuss with you, how my clients are getting that taken care of. And then you still have an opportunity to make sure the plan's working for them in that quarter one review and talk about an ancillary product. Gives you a little bit of time to slow down in quarter one. So
sure.
I get that. If you're a large book of business and you're looking for ways to expand that or to work on that and then outside of AEP, it's a perfect way in that follow-up time.
I think one thing too, especially clients who are agents who are working in the Medicare Advantage market, you're not used to your clients going through underwriting. You're creating urgency because there are time frames or frames where you have to get something done. So whenever it comes to products like this, sometimes it feels like there isn't as much urgency because you don't have to have a time frame to enroll in it. Creating urgency is a thing like, hey, while I can still get you qualified for this, while we can qualify or while I can get you at this current premium, we need to make sure we get this set up. So making sure that you're using underwriting as a way to create urgency, also as a way to say like, hey, let's even see if you qualify for this. You may not even get it. It's called like the give and then take back, creates a little bit more of that urgency. So use some of those things, especially those who aren't used to underwriting. You may use that to your advantage.
I got 2 more things on hospital indemnity before we go to the next one.
Let's go.
One, don't forget, if you're doing under 65, ACA people can really benefit from these as well.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, you might still have some people on some high deductible plans, those high deductible med subs. It's an option for them as well. So just keep those in the back of your mind as well. As you're getting more comfortable, you'll start expanding these different opportunities. But for people that have already gone through their book and sold some hospital indemnities, think about those couple people as well.
Right, exactly. And then I think one of the last points you had on here is just your T65ers.
Oh, yeah.
I love this phrase. We call it the HR approach. You had this coverage when you were underage, when you were 19, different underage. You had this coverage when you were in group and when you were employed. Do you want to continue that coverage?
Yeah.
And it's literally just the easiest of, what did your group insurance look like? Do you want something similar? Yes, perfect. Let me sign you up for the package.
Yeah, like it's just, okay, well, what did you have? Let's go through what you had. You had dental, you had cancer, great. Here we go. You had a little bit of life insurance, awesome. Let's make sure we continue. And that's an important thing that a lot of people don't think about when they're leaving, because again, they've had an HR person telling them, this is what your coverage is going to look like. This is what's available for you next year. What do you want? Do the same process. What do you want, man? You want cancer coverage? Yes, you do. Okay, yes, fine.
All right, y'all. So that's what we have today. Again, a shorter Medicare Cafe talking about cross-selling during AEP. I think, again, that's a great point. Couple things to keep in mind. If you're doing a Part D review, you got to make sure you're making an income off of that appointment. So utilizing dental vision hearing, utilizing cancer insurance, things like that can really help you. And plus, keeping in mind that for Medicare Advantage and Part D, you're not getting paid until after the first of the year. Right. So if you're wanting to do all that work and still being able to pay for Christmas presents, cross-selling is huge. Now, if you are somebody who has a big book of business, just setting the expectation for a Q1 follow-up is massive, saying, hey, today, Clayton, we didn't have enough time to get through everything. Again, I take care of my clients holistically. There are some gaps in your coverage that, frankly, I'm uncomfortable with. So let's set up an appointment in January or February for you and I to discuss some of those things, just to make sure that you have a plan for them.
Right.
Solid. Set the expectation, get that appointment scheduled, and then make sure that you follow through with that. Set the urgency. The urgency may look different for you. Set the urgency that it is, again, use the underwriting to your advantage.
For sure. That's all I got for you guys today.
Any questions, comments, concerns, threats, or promises, let me know. Brian, colorful commentary, as always. Can appreciate that. Do we have anything to update the people on? One thing I will say, we've been doing so much conversating about this upcoming AEP with up to an 80% shopping rate, massive disruptions. If you're just like, I just need more content, I need to understand this more, go to our website, smsteam.net, click on training. That will take you to our university, and we have a temporary pop-up tent on our campus that gives you anything that you need to know, compiles all of our content on this upcoming AEP, compiles it into one space so that we're keeping you up to date as possible, including more information to come about the PDP demonstrations, which I don't understand that name.
It's like PDP Premium Stabilization Demonstration. There's too many Asians.
Arf.
Demonstration.
Michelle, good morning.
Hi.
Can you explain the DSNP SEP for next year? Michelle, I'd be happy to. So starting in 2025, the DSNP SEP is changing. Okay, let me focus. Today, in 2024, the way that the DSNP SEP works is that every single quarter of a calendar year quarter, a person who is on DSNP,
you got this.
A person who is LIS or Medicaid eligible, has Medicaid status, has a quarterly election to enroll into any type of Medicare Advantage plan or PDP plan that they would like. It doesn't matter what plan, they can switch every quarter if they want to. Starting in 2025, that SEP will change. In 2025, it kind of works as, the best way I can describe it, it works like a chronic condition. We haven't said like the 5-star. It works like this, like a sneeze tip, a chronic condition SEP. In which case, if a consumer who is Medicaid eligible has the ability or has a what they call an integrated plan available in their county, they can use an election to enroll into that integrated plan. They can't move into any plan that they want. And once they're on an integrated plan, they can't move into another one. It's if they're not on an integrated plan and want to move to an integrated plan. What is an integrated plan? An integrated plan is a Medicare Advantage company that has both the Medicaid and the Medicare contract for that state. Currently, there are only about 20 states in the United States. How many times can I say states? 20 states in the USA who currently have integrated plans. I imagine more are coming, but as of today, there's only about 20 who have this. So starting in 2025, about 20 states will have the capability of having an election to get people who are DSNP eligible into an integrated plan. Now, DSNP plans will still exist. The normal traditional DSNP plans will still exist. However, your clients will have to use AEP in order to enroll in them, or new to Medicare, change of Medicaid status, things like that. Now, LIS will still be a monthly change that people can roll into a standalone prescription drug plan. It does not affect the Medicare Advantage. They can only do a standalone prescription drug plan with that LIS status.
So
I made that so hard.
The too long didn't read. They're going to have one election throughout the year to get into a fully integrated plan. They can use AEP, OEP, or some other kind of special election like loss, gain, anything like that.
Mm-hmm. You did it. My brain went into full, what's this, panic?
It looks like a zipper thing.
Who put a zipper thing in my studio? Eugene says, do you suggest mentioning that a Medicare Advantage plan is coverage provided by an actual insurance company? I guess I would need to know the context of that. If you're trying to like sell it against original Medicare, it just kind of depends on, I need more context about like, what are you comparing a Medicare Advantage to? Are you comparing it against original Medicare or like selling it against a Medicare supplement? Because it is true, it is coverage provided through an insurance carrier versus insurance provided by the government, by CMS and the United States government. But there's a lot of implications that come from that. If you're somebody who's like pro, who's pro small government, I don't want to get into the politics of it, but you could. I guess it's just, if I was comparing it like against just original Medicare, CMS, I would say that my biggest thing would be you get extra benefits and you have a maximum out of pocket. Original Medicare does not have a maximum out of pocket. But of course, my sales pitch would look different if I was comparing it to a Medicare supplement. You're having to do less comparisons, or you don't have to compete against original Medicare as much as you used to have to. You used to really have to sell against original Medicare to get on Medicare supplement. It's not so much that anymore. It's either you're on a Med Sub or a Medicare Advantage plan. I'm just talking in circles. My words aren't wording today. I don't think I've like spoken to people today. I've been like deep in my computer screen and not really been like conversating with the world. You know what would have fixed that? Tell me what would have fixed that. Breakfast. Uncrustable for breakfast. I didn't eat breakfast, and I think I'm seeing the repercussions of it. I ran out of my apples. I always do apples and peanut butter. Yeah. I had an Uncrustable, so I'm doing great. It's good morning. I ate one, and it was in my freezer, because you're supposed to freeze them. Yeah, and then you put them in the fridge and thaw them. No. I went, and it crunched, and it's crunchy peanut butter. Toasted peanut butter sandwich, though. Down. Oh. Do we have a toaster here? We have an air fryer. Okay. It's a toaster. I do have bread, and I do have peanut butter. I'm going to make myself a toasted peanut butter sandwich. There you go. Anything that you guys need. I've figured out what I'm having for a mid-morning snack. Anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns, threats, or promises? Someone says, "Aw. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Much appreciated. Some people just make you feel better when you're around them." Aw. Love you. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We will continue to bring you guys information. Just so you guys know, United Healthcare is having their rollout tomorrow and Thursday. We are having a United Healthcare webinar. They do have the rebids are in, so they are going to be telling us like what CMS has approved for them this year. But keep in mind, even though the rebids are in, carriers are still keeping their benefits pretty close to the chest. Nobody wants to be too loud about it yet because competition.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So so making sure, like, again, if you do attend that, make sure you do. It'll be a really good time. Good times. We're talking about insurance, but it's gonna be great. We're gonna have a great time. So until next time, have fun
Make money
and give impeccable service. Thanks, y'all.